Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Today I'm going to be working on some more of these orcs. So I'm going to be continuing on with the yellow. Like these shoulder pad here. Last time I did these two guys here. I painted their helmets yellow and as part of the gun. Now, I did this off stream, but for this guy here, what I did is, okay, so this one was what I did last time. And so I painted this part yellow, which was a combination of Ian Dark Sun and Ariel Yellow. So they both have the yellow helmets. But, and I don't know if you can see it on stream, but this guy here, he's got a little bit of a shine to his helmet. It's hard to tell on the stream. Maybe you can tell there. A little bit of a shine to it. And that's because I applied, what was it? I applied some of this stuff to it. To a yellow ghost tint from Minotaur. And I think I'm going to do that for the rest of them as well. But for now I'm just going to start with just getting the yellows on the rest of these guys. Alright, so I'm just going to set up my red palette. All right. I think I'll start with this one here. So since I've got a bunch of these orcs, I think what I'll do is I'll just focus on all the ones with the helmets to start, and then go back for the rest of them. So I'm starting off with Ian Den Darkson. Now let's grab the first guy here. I'm just going to water that down just a little bit more.
You can call me stupid. You can call me sheep. You can say I'm lazy. You can say I'm weak.
And I'm going to do the gun as well.
Think that using her will get to me. And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I will break my honor, why won't we? You're in trouble, D. But when it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a single word, or I will strike you where it feels. You think that using her will get to me, and if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I will break my honor, why won't we? You're in trouble.
Hey, Jabio, how's it going? Yeah, it's this is the foundation yellow. Then I'll do the other yellow on top. This one's kind of a mustardy color.
In your heart, I'm left behind, like a shadow in the dark, ready to unwind. Someone please help me now to ease all the pain inside.
I'm just gonna concentrate on all the ones that have helmets, like this guy here.
Where it feels like home.
Do a little bit of a batch process here with them.
Lost on the roads across. I could only be here, where it feels like home.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a wash after. I think I might try this stuff. It's a ghost yellow from Minotaur. It kind of gives the helmets a little bit of a shiny look to them. But I'll figure that out a little bit later. Right now I'm just going to focus on getting the first two layers of yellow on there. The foundation and the other one. I wonder if I should make that clip yellow as well. See, on these ones I went underneath. Yeah, I think I'll do the whole clip yellow as well. Hey, Broken Colony. Hey, Mort. Mort75. Morning. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Just do the whole bottom part of this gun yellow. Because if I was a Bad Moon's orc, I would paint that part yellow, so... That's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna go over the helmet, adding another layer.
Let's make a run together. I'll be by your side before we collide. And if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up before we collide. Let's make it last forever. I'm ready to fly before we collide. And when the sun don't shine on you, just heat it up before we collide.
Let this guy dry. I'll start on the next one. Alright, so where's the next one? Here we go. Another one with a helmet. And I'm going pretty fast here with the painting. Not too worried about messing up or accidentally getting some yellow onto the skin, because I can always go back and with some green and fix it up. Since these are I'm only painting these to tabletop quality, tabletop writing. I'm not too worried about super details. And I'll do the same thing with this one on the gun. Do this side plate yellow And then all the way down on that clip.
If we put our past behind, then we could start a future. If we try, then we can do it like no other couple. Give it all to me and I will give it all to you, girl. There ain't no doubt that we will stay together forever after.
And since this is one of GW's foundation paints, it covers really well. At least for a yellow. So I'll have to come back and do another layer, but outside of that, it's actually covering pretty well. Okay, so that's these three. All right, who else here has a helmet? This guy here. He will be next. Yep. Assembly line is right. If you're painting, once I get to some of the bigger guys, like the knobs and stuff like that, like let's say I was painting this guy here, I'll put a little bit more time and energy into them since there's only a few of them. But with the Ork Boyz, there's like so many of them that I'm just painting them to tabletop level, and to get them done fast, just going on an assembly line. This way, while one is drying, or while I'm working on this one, I have a few of the other ones drying as well. So there's no waiting. Cool, Jabil. Well, good luck on your stream. If you're still on when I finish this one, I'll pop onto yours. And since this guy has a shoulder pad, hey, Dirty Burger, how's it going? Nice. You entered the contest? Yeah, Wrath of Kings is kind of cool. Which faction would you pick? I'm doing well. Chips for breakfast sounds good, man. Now hang on, by chips do you mean like the North American, what we call chips, or do you mean like French fries? Yeah, if you get a lot of entries, there's definitely a high chance you might win. Alright, I know which chips you're talking about now. Because in the UK they call, when you say chips, they're referring to like French, what we call French fries here in North America. So it can get a little bit confusing. Did you get a chance to look at any of the factions for Wrath of Kings? The one that I picked is Technus, which are basically pigs, miniatures that look like pigs, which I think is absolutely awesome. That's why I got them. The value that you get in those starter sets is awesome too. It's like I think the starter set's about $55 or something US. And you get, like, in a Technus one, you get like 30 miniatures for that. And they're highly detailed, really nice minis as well. Nice, yeah, Technos None. That's the one I like. I don't know if you saw. I'm not actually sure if they're out yet. But whoa, what is going on with my sound here? Sorry about that. I had a window of Jabil's stream on, so it just popped on. Sorry about that. Yeah, Nas here and Hadro's cool. Yeah, I don't know if I'm not sure if they're out yet, but Technos has they're coming out with flying pigs, dude. Hey, Sous Chef, thanks for hosting, buddy. I was watching your stream earlier, just before I jumped onto mine, or before I started streaming here too. See, you've been making some pretty good progress on that model. Yeah, they're supposed to come out. I don't know. Was it Adepticon? It might have been Adepticon that they showed them on display. I don't know when it's supposed to be released. But yeah, they're basically like, well, they look like pigs, just like the other Technos models, but they have these like goggles on, and they have these what look like mechanical bat wings, and then like a little rocket pack. So they almost look like an orc with a rocket pack, but it's a pig. So they're basically flying pigs, which I think is awesome. Your dog's being disruptive, eh? Yeah, I heard you telling it to jump up on the bed or on the couch there. I got 2 dogs myself, and they're luckily right now they're pretty quiet. They just sleep. Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, link the image. Yeah, there we go. Flying pigs, baby. They got like... I think they have a rocket pack in the back. It's hard to tell in this picture. But yeah, I'm definitely getting some of those. Yeah, I think that part at the bottom, that's like the smoke from the rocket, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they have like, the wings look like bat wings. So I think that's pretty cool. And they have a Veiled Broom 1421. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. They also came out with recently with a 2-player starter set as well. I'm not sure if that's out yet. Can't remember now. I actually sell Wrath of Kings on my store, on my online store. But I haven't gotten the new models from them yet. I have almost everything else, but I haven't gotten any of the new stuff like the flying pigs. It wasn't out when I did my initial order for inventory with them. And then I've been busy with my Kickstarter, so I haven't done a resupply. But as soon as I'm finished with the Kickstarter, I'm going to do a resupply on my Wrath of Kings, and because I definitely want to get some of those flying pigs for myself. The quality of the miniatures is really good too. I want to say they're kind of very similar to what you want to call it, War Machine. It's kind of like a resin, plasticky resin type material that they're made from. But I like the resin better than the or I like the material better than War Machine actually. Actually, I think it might be. I think it might be a type of plastic. I think they're doing like injection molding or something. I'm not sure. I don't think it's resin actually. Yeah. There's very few people that play it here as well, but I'm trying to get a bunch of my buddies to get some starter sets so that we can play against each other. All it takes is just a couple of people. Or the other thing you can do is get a 2-player starter set for yourself. Paint them up, and then play with a buddy, because they might not be willing to invest in it yet, but if you get them addicted to the game, to playing the game, then they might pick up their own set. Like get 2 armies that you think will be fun to paint, build them up, paint them up, and then you have a 2-player basically starter set that you can play with somebody, get them addicted to the game, and then they'll buy their own. And hey, worst case scenario, if you build them and paint them and nobody wants to play, then at least you enjoyed the process of building and painting them, because they do look great. Like the miniatures look really cool. Yeah, Infinity is pretty cool too. I carry their models in my store as well because I like Corvus Belli. They're I think they're a great company, and they're growing by leaps and bounds really quickly because they're doing things right. They're listening to customers. You're an anti-Cinderella. But Dirty Burger, I was looking at your profile on Twitch today, and it says that you've got the voice of an angel, so You're an anti-Cinderella with a voice of an angel. Have you actually, Unseen Dragon, have you actually downloaded the free stuff? The free version of their book? Is it just the rules, or is the lore in there as well? I don't know, because I bought the book as soon as it came out. So I've never looked at the actual PDF version. So none of the actual lore is in the free version, eh? Yep, it is. They have the rule book, and then they have the other one. I forgot what they call it, but it's like like you said, it's like the lore. It has all the factions in it and a bunch of like artwork and descriptions of every faction, the history behind them, and all that stuff. Excuse me. You just figured out how to set yourself to appear online? You mean like when you're streaming, or do you mean when you like just being online, logged into Twitch? There's some kind of like separate setting you have to do? Maybe you can get like a copy of the old version of the book, the second edition, because a lot of that stuff is in there as well, except for maybe the new factions, like the Toha army won't be in there, but all the other ones will be in there, the basics of the Hey, Bait Wars, how's it going? Yeah, the second and third edition, the books are definite. The third edition. You know what? I think I have the book right here. I can take a look in a second. The third edition has definitely a lot more stuff in it, but I think part of it is they just like added more artwork. They kind of maybe padded the fluff a little bit, and they expanded out on like the Toha army that wasn't there before. So I guess it just depends which army you're gonna play. Because if you're planning to build a Toha army and you want to learn the fluff behind them, then you're not gonna find that in the second edition. But I mean, you could learn to play the game, build out an army, and see if you really like it, and then if you do, then save up and get the core book. Nomad's nice. That's the army I picked as well. So far I've only built them, I haven't painted them yet. But I really like the fluff behind the nomads. The lore is actually pretty cool. I'm just going one by one here with these orcs and grabbing all the ones that have helmets and doing a base coat of yellow. Super fast. Yeah, all their stuff looks amazing. Like, their miniatures are just great. Excuse me. That contest that I'm running, I'm offering one of 3 prizes in there. One of the prizes is Operation Ice Storm, which is oh man, I got yellow all over his teeth here. Operation Ice Storm, which has starter set or starter army for nomads, and the other one is Pano. Yeah, they're pretty much like, from what I've read so far, which isn't all of it, but they're kind of the misfits that the powers that be couldn't really find a place for them on Earth. and they didn't really know what to do with them. They kind of almost got like exiled to these ships. But it's not like they were necessarily bad people, they just wanted freedom, and they're kind of like the rebels. They wanted freedom in the way that they think and what they do. It's an interesting backstory. Plus, they have some really cool miniatures. I think if you watch, I think Beasts of War did like a, well, they've done a bunch of them now, like Infinity Focus, like Infinity Week or something like that, or Infinity Month on their site and their YouTube channel, and they bring in Carlos from Corvus Belli, and they'll do like an interview with him, and I'm not 100% sure if they've done one for Nomads, but I know they've done them for the other factions. They probably did one for Nomads as well, where they ask him on during the interview, like, you know, let's talk about Nomads. Who are the Nomads? Tell me about them. And he just sits there and talks for like half an hour about all the things related to Nomads. Or whatever army, I should say, not just Nomads, but whatever faction. So that might be another way to get some of the background info. Just watch their videos. Carlos is funny, man. And his partner in crime there, I forgot his name right now. He's like the evil genius behind the lore as well. It's funny when you watch those guys talk about the game. It's like, to them it's not a game. Like, to them they've created this world, this infinity world, and it's like they talk about it as if it's actually real. It like totally sucks you in. Her Pete, hey, how's it going? I'm doing well. Just working on some orgs. Getting these guys a little bit more, getting them to represent the bad moons a little bit more than they were before, by painting a ton of yellow on them. I'm just doing a production line here. Lots of yellow. Alright, let's see. Any other ones with a helmet on? Because I wanted to start with those. I think that's it. Except for these helmets. I'll switch to these guys now. Just about to start painting your battle fleet. Gothic Orc Super Battleship. Nice. Are you going to be painting that with an airbrush or just brushwork? I think one of my dogs is having a nightmare in the other room. Sorry, I was painting off camera there. Yep, you don't have to be too precise or perfect with orcs. Imperfections just make them more orky. Thicker paint just means thicker armor, eh? I'll let somebody else answer that question, because I'm more of a painter. I'm more on the hobby side than painting. Or sorry, playing the game. So. Hey Chase, how's it going? Yeah, there's a bunch of videos on YouTube for different races. I know I've looked at some of the ones for orcs. I think there's like 50 facts about orcs or 80 facts about orcs, and same thing for like Space Marines or Eldar, any race you pick. Just kind of summarizes everything for you.
hesitate. Let us rise to the clouds. We got nothing to lose. I know the time is right. Let us light up the fuse. And I know, and I know, and I know, and I know we're perfect, you and I. And I don't, and I don't, and I don't, and I don't giving up without a fight. What I feel, I know it's right. Let us detonate tonight. Let us detonate tonight. Let us detonate tonight. We can shine in a crowd, we never hesitate. Let us rise to the clouds. We got nothing to lose, I know the time is right. Let us light up the fuse. And I know, and I know, and I know, and I know we're perfect, you and I. And I don't, and I don't, and I don't, and I don't giving up without a fight. What I feel, I know it's right. Let us detonate tonight. Let us detonate tonight. Know it's right. Let us detonate tonight.
Alright. A little bit of a refill on my yellow. If you guys are just tuning in, this is the yellow I'm using right now as the foundation. Ianden Darkson. Man, that gun is so close to that helmet, it's hard to get in there and paint the yellow without getting all over the gun.
If we put our past behind, then we could start a future. If we try, then we can do it like no other couple. Give it all to me and I will give it all to you, girl. There ain't no doubt that we will stay together forever after. Forever after.
Have you picked a color scheme yet, Bit Wars? For the orcs?
Can't believe what I found when I let a little piece of you into forever after.
Hey, how's it going? Dark Red, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Just doing some batch painting of my orcs here. Throwing some yellow on them. Right now I'm just laying the foundation yellow. First layer on each one. I'm going to go back and do another layer. And then I'll put the actual yellow. The yellow color I'm going for is this one, Ariel Yellow, but first I have to do these foundation, the base, because this yellow covers a lot better than the other one. Dark Red, you can basically just go to Games Workshop's website if you want to buy online. Just go to Google and search for Games Workshop and it'll pop up. They ship all over the world. If you're specifically looking for these ones. This is an orc army.
Make the ground shake.
Wow. Shablo Zebne? Shablo Zebne. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Did I pronounce your name right? Yeah, there's lots of different miniature companies out there. These specific ones I'm painting right now are from Games Workshop. So if you follow that link that BitWars posted, it'll take you to their website. And I know they have shipping to pretty much every country in the world, more or less. Am I doing chipping? I haven't decided what I'm going to do for that kind of stuff yet. For now, I just want to get the yellow. Get these yellows looking nice. And then later on, I'll think about whether I want to start adding in some like chipping or bullet marks or stuff like that, battle damage. Is it expensive? Well, it just depends. Just depends what you mean by expensive. You can get started for fairly inexpensive, but once you get into the hobby, you'll get addicted, and then yeah, it can get pretty costly. But the cool thing is you can start on a small budget and kind of see if you like it, and then work your way up from there. Compared to other hobbies, it's not that expensive, but it all depends what kind of hobbies you're into. Yeah, exactly. Not too expensive to get into, but then as soon as you get hooked, there goes all your disposable income. But that's part of the fun. Hey Grendler, how's it going, buddy? I'm doing well. Just doing some batch painting of my orcs. Just working on getting them all tied in with some yellow from the Bad Moons clan. So just doing like some foundation painting right now, the base layer, so I can build it up. This is the yellow that I'm going with afterwards, yellow. But for now, just putting a foundation paint down. Oh, they used to be called foundation paints. I think they're called base now, but this is one of the Citadel paints. They used to call them foundation paints. They cover better. More pigments or something. Thanks, yeah. I'm basically just speeding through these guys. Trying to not Deadly Onion, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Trying not to be too perfect on them. Otherwise this will take forever since I have so many of them to paint. This is just, they're not even all in the stream. Like, there's so many of them. So many boys to paint. So I'm only going tabletop quality on these, and then on the, as I start getting up the ranks to the knobs, some of the bigger guys like this guy, I'll start to put a little bit more time and energy into them, building them up a little bit more detail. But for the boys, since I have so many of them, I'm just going tabletop quality, fast painting. I actually enjoy painting the giant. It's my favorite part of the hobby. Building them up and painting them is what I enjoy. I find it very relaxing, and it's what got me addicted to the hobby. I don't actually play the game. I've only played a few games. I want to get into it more now and learn to play. Now that I have a bunch of buddies that I got addicted to it, we're all going to build up our armies and I start playing, which is another reason why I'm painting these guys. But the thing that originally got me into this hobby is the building and painting. That's the part I enjoy the most. Like when I'm doing streaming, I'm obviously talking to you guys, so I'm kind of paying attention to that as well. But what I found when I first started painting was that it kind of allowed me to zone out and just, it's almost meditative. Just relax and spend some time with my mind clear. It's almost like some people enjoy going for a car drive where you just kind of go into automatic mode and you're just driving and going for a nice long car ride somewhere, and your mind just kind of relaxes. And for me, I find that meditative state when I paint, so I actually enjoy it. So it's not hard to paint an army when you actually enjoy the process. Blue Swede, how's it going? Hello. I have the honor of keeping you company during pre-shading, eh? Awesome. What are you pre-shading? Yeah, it all depends. I mean, I'm also practicing and I want to get better at painting. So one of the reasons I picked the orcs is because they have such a high model count for their army, so you get to you get a lot of practice with their models. But if you don't really, if you just want to have a smaller, smaller army, then obviously something like Space Marines would probably be better, since very few models for the same point count. Or even games like War Machine, right? I mean, you can get a War Machine army with like 3 miniatures and you can start playing the game. So it all just depends what you... Everyone's a bit different. One Deathwing squad and one tactical squad. Nice. Real Luna 25, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. We're painting orcs on the stream. Batch painting. There's that guy. And I think I'm going to paint these little spikes on top here yellow as well. I like the idea of being able to see yellow when looking from above, when looking at the orcs from above, so that's why I'm painting this thing yellow. I'm gonna stick to D&D for now, eh? One thing you could try, the giant, is painting an army, but just do like really basic colors, like just do 2 colors on them or something, or 3 colors. And then add more later if you feel like it. Like even let's say these orcs, you could technically just paint their faces, the skin, anything, all their skin green, and then you can do everything else black. Just paint it all black, except for the the gun and the axe make that silver, and that's it. Just green, black, and silver in those three colors. If you paint like 20 Ork Boyz with those three simple colors, they actually look pretty good. And you can definitely field those on the tabletop and start playing. They don't necessarily have to be fully painted. So you kind of prefer to go into more depth on each model, right? Kind of imagine the background behind the model and dive deeper into one model as opposed to like an army of 30 or something. You might like War Machine then, because War Machine can be played with very small armies, like very low model counts. Witsnome, am I pronouncing that right? Witsnome, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, my like the War Machine army I have started was a Cato army, and that took like no time to paint at all. It was super easy because it's like 3 models. It's just 1 Warcaster and 2 Warjacks, and you're done. As a starting point, and then you can add models obviously to that, but you can play the game with just 3 models. But yeah, I know what you mean though, like painting in batches does take some time. Like I'm doing, how many boys do I have here? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25. So I got 25 boys here that I'm working on at the same time. So I mean, I'm just doing 1 layer of yellow here for the base, and I gotta do that 25 times, and then come back and do another one 25 times, and then come back and do it again 25 times, and build up the yellow. But like I said, I enjoy painting, so to me it's kind of fun. There's also a slightly different aspect to when you're painting. If you have like 1 model and you paint it up really nice, and you look at it or someone else looks at it, it's pretty impressive because you look at it and go, wow, the detail on that model is amazing. But there's also another aspect to painting, which is if you paint, even if you only paint to like tabletop quality standard, but if you paint like 20 or 30 models and they all kind of follow the same color scheme, and you look at them on display, even if the detail on them is not that great on any one specific individual model, just the sheer number of models all kind of painted up the same with the same color scheme is really impressive. You look at it and go, wow, those look amazing. And usually, like, if they're in a display case or something and somebody looks at them, it looks really impressive having a whole bunch of models painted the same in the same color scheme. And only if people like pick them up and, you know, hold them like right up close are they gonna see the details or the lack of details. It's like you see some people post pictures on Facebook or Instagram. JoshyWashy42, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. You see some people post pictures of like these big armies, like, I don't know, like 300 models or something, and they're all kind of painted with similar color scheme. And you can't see any of the detail on any of them, right? They could be painted, you know, pretty crappy, but just the fact that they're, you know, they have like the basic color scheme. It's almost like if you look at these orcs, right, from the top, if you were a little bit further away, you would not be able to see like the detail, whether I kind of screwed up on his arm or something like that. You just don't see it. It gets lost in the quantity of the models that you're looking at. So there's that aspect of it too. Each individual model doesn't necessarily have to be as you know, painted to as high of a level of detail, because the quantity of them, like you said, is what makes it impressive. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing with my Ork Boyz, since there's like 25 of them, and I think I have a bunch more that I still haven't started on. I'm just going to paint them up to, you know, like a basic tabletop standard. I'm not going to go crazy on the detail. And just get them all done. And then as I go up the ranks to, you know, my knobs and some of the other models I have for my orcs, like the Death Dread and all that stuff, I'll spend a little bit more time on making those ones, because most likely, you know, those are the ones that people will pick up and inspect more closely. The Ork Boyz are, you know, so many of them, there's just no way. I calculated it out, like some of the streamers out there, you know, they spend like, I would say like 40, 50, 60 hours on some of the models that they paint, because they're painting them to like this super high level quality, right? Like hardcore pro painted level. Well, if you try to paint like 50 orcs to that level, it'll take you like 6 years or something. Like, it's just ridiculous. So there's just no way to do it. You gotta kind of drop the standards a bit and just get them done. Yeah, it's a little bit different, right? It's kind of like you're just painting fast and volume over detail. It kind of forces you to do that. You have to get out of that perfection mind frame and just get them done. And sometimes you actually pick up some painting techniques that you normally wouldn't pick up while doing, painting really slow. And then when you do go back and start painting a model with a little bit more detail, it's like you're actually a better painter at that point. At least that's what I've noticed for myself. Alright, so let's see here, a few more. You like your mind frame? Well, you're painting Space Marines, so you can afford to have that mind frame because you don't have 50 models to paint for a small point army. Alright, so how many more do we have left here? These are different. One more here. I think we're down to one more. Oh, come on. Bolt action, let's take a look. Nice. They look good, man. I like the bases that you did too. Yeah, they look good, man. Good job. I've never painted any like army type models, like World War II or World War I type models. Oh, hang on a second. This is not an orc boy. You do not belong in this set. Is it a boy? What is this? It's weird. He looks small. Oh, whatever. He's getting the yellow treatment. Yeah, I've looked at um, I'm kind of intrigued by the idea of Imperial Guard army, or whatever they're called now. I've looked at them so many times, just haven't pulled the trigger on buying and painting some of those guys. Although I do have a Bane blade that my wife got me for Christmas last year. It's still in the box, I have not built it yet. I'm not sure what how I want to build it and paint it yet. I might build it up for my Iron Warriors, I'm not sure. But it would be kind of cool to paint some Imperial Guard. Oh, nice. Like the... Is it like kind of like a black tar stuff? Is that what you mean? Like almost like black sandy tar sandpaper stuff? Or are you talking about something else? Had to wake up my dog, she was snoring away. Alright, so I think we're done with the first layer, and I'm going to go back over and right, that's cool. I'm just going to go back and do the second layer of yellow now. I'm still using that same Eon and Dark Sun foundation paint. Just trying to get the really nice base of yellow before I switch to the aerial yellow that I want to actually paint. It is a kind of mustardy yellow. Oh, I missed this guy's shoulder pad. That's supposed to be yellow as well. Make them look like happy orcs? Orcs are always happy. As long as they're bashing something over the head. Destroying something or pillaging, they're always happy. See, look at him. Doesn't he look happy? Got a smile. Do I play any specific list or points? No, not at the moment. I'm basically mainly a painter. I'm into the hobby side more than playing, but one of the reasons I'm building out this army of orcs is to actually have my first fully painted army of orcs, and then I'm going to start playing. But I haven't built an actual specific list yet. You have 15 guys ready for painting? Nice. Maybe getting into Tau. I actually did have a Tau army started at one point. It was actually the first 40k army that I bought. It was the Tau. And that was like pretty much the first army I ever painted for 40k. And I really sucked at painting back then, even more than I do now. And to be honest, after I painted about half the army, or maybe not even, I think maybe about a quarter of the army, I just didn't really like the way that they looked. Because I tried painting them that kind of brownish color that the old Tau boxes had on the cover, and I just did not like it. And then I ended up picking up an Eldar set, painted a few Eldar and I liked those, and then I ended up picking up some Space Marines and I like painting those, and I really like painting Orks, which is kind of why I'm doing that now. But maybe now that I've learned how to paint a little bit better, I might go back and dig up that old box of Tau that I have and maybe paint some up. See if I like it. Yeah, they had that like brownish color. I don't know what it's called. Because on the new Tau boxes, like the new Start Collecting Tau, I think the box cover is like white. They painted like a white color scheme, and I think on the back of the box it's like blue or something. But the old boxes, they had like a brownish, sandy color. And I started, I was brand new to the hobby and I wanted to paint them same color as the box. I tried, but it just looked like, they just looked horrible. And I did not like them for that reason. But as far as an army for playing the actual game, from what I've heard, they're one of the most powerful armies out there right now. The Orks definitely aren't. Actually, one of my friends has a Tau army that he's building up. So once I get these Orks done, we'll be playing my Orks versus his Tau. It'll be kind of interesting to see how that goes. He'll probably kick my butt, but we'll see. Alright, Le Giant, thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Sorry guys, I keep forgetting to check to make sure that I'm in view of the camera. only the Enclave army list is powerful for Tau? Is that what you mean? Last day of vacation, eh? Yeah, that does kind of suck. Did you have a good vacation? Cleaned your airbrush, eh? I finally got my airbrush set up yesterday. My new one. I haven't used it for painting yet, but I got it all hooked up to the compressor and set up the little quick release connectors and all that. I got a Iwata Eclipse HPCS and an Iwata compressor as well. It's so much quieter and nicer than the old crappy compressor that I had before. It's the main reason I didn't get into airbrushing before was my old compressor was just way too loud, so I could never use it because I usually paint later on at night in the late evenings, and there's just no way I can run that other compressor at night. It's too loud. But my new one is like super quiet. Actually, you know what? Let me turn it on. I'm going to turn my compressor on. I'm curious if you guys will be able to hear it. Let me know if how loud it is. scared my dog. So it's on right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Oh, it's off now. Was that loud? I have it actually, it's right now, I can put it further away from the microphone. Right now it's actually pretty close. Yeah, it's really, it's not loud here in the room. Definitely won't, like, it's not loud enough that it would wake up my wife or anything like that. But I do know that microphones can sometimes pick up and amplify certain frequencies. So I might move it, because right now it's like pretty much right underneath where the microphone is. So for streaming, I might move it to the other side of the desk so that it's, well, put it underneath and then move it to the other side so it's further away from the microphone. And it's got a little bit of a storage tank on it as well, so it's not always going to be on. No, you think it's quiet enough? Yeah, for me it's like night and day difference compared to my other one. Alright, Blue Swede, thanks for popping by. Enjoy your lunch.
When you worry, I worry. It's no hurry, 'cause we got all the time we need. If we're in love, then we'll succeed. I heard laughter, I heard music. I thought, baby, there's no way we could ever lose it. There's no way we could ever break or bruise it.
All right. Getting more and more done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've done a second layer on 7 of them. Just gonna start picking up the pace a little bit. Hey, Night Orc 10. Thanks, buddy. Just trying to get a good feel for how to paint yellow. Practicing on my boys, Ork Boyz, so that I can kind of find a good way to do yellows that I like, so that when I go to work on my knobs and my other higher level orcs, like Death Dread, that kind of stuff, I'm able to do to achieve the yellow that I want. Because yellow is kind of a tough color to paint. At least it is for me. A land pirate ship. Oh, that's cool. Do you have any pictures so far? Yeah, for sure. Let's take a look. Oh, it's made out of Baneblade? That's awesome, man. Definitely want to see that. Let's take a look. Holy crap. That is awesome. Dude, that's really cool. That thing must be massive if that's a Baneblade at the bottom there. Damn. That's hardcore, man. I love it. That's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that. Uh-oh, Dirty Burger's back. Did you finish your chips? Check out that link that Night Orc 10 just posted. He built a pirate ship. Looks awesome, man. You got chips left, eh? Plus, it's only like, what, 22 hours or so until you win the contest? Lady Stanger? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. How do you pronounce that? Is it Stanger or Stanger? Thanks for the follow, Night Orc. Stanger. Stanger. Just going through and doing a second layer of yellow, like a base paint of yellow. Really fast. I did shorten it a little bit. It used to be like 25 seconds long. Now it's, I think, 15 or 12 or something. You still get to enjoy watching Borat dance, just not for that long. Just long enough for me to see who the person is that's following me. And then try to read their name and try not to butcher them. Oh, that's cool. So what army does your son play then?
You can call me stupid. Yes, you can call me sheep. You can say I'm lazy. You can say I'm weak. You think that using her would get to me. And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D.
Blood Angels, nice. I love my Blood Angels. It's my first Space Marine army was Blood Angels. It was one of the models I painted a long time ago. It was so long ago it actually has dust all over it. Really have to clean that up. Got a whole bunch of these guys to finish up. First I gotta get the orcs done. Wow, thank you so much, Lady Stanger. Thanks for the donation. I really appreciate that. By the way, guys, for any of you guys who just tuned in recently, if you look down below on my page, I'm holding a contest right now. You can enter to win a 2-player starter set for either Infinity or Wrath of Kings or Malifaux. It's a contest that I've been running for about a month on my website, and the draw is, I think, something like 23 hours from now, 22 hours, 21 hours, something like that. So if you guys are following me on on Twitch, if you go click on that link and go to the page, you can actually get 25 entries for following me on Twitch. And since you've already followed me on Twitch, you just have to click a couple buttons and you get entered to win. And I kind of plan on doing a bunch more giveaways, so even if you don't end up winning this time around, I'm very likely to have another contest for next month as well. Or not next month, but after this one's over, for the next like 30 days after that, or the next 2 weeks. Nurgle models, let's take a look. Dude, that is awesome. Yeah, those are great, man. What is that first one? It looks like a... Is that a GW model? I've never seen that before. That's got to be some conversion of some sort, right? I've never seen a model that looks even remotely close to that. It's basically, Grendler, it's basically just a contest, so all you really do is if you're on my channel, well, I guess it depends what you're looking on. Cell phone is a bit different, but if you're on a computer and you scroll down here, I'll post a link, make it easier for you guys. One sec. There you go. So if you click on that link, it'll take you to my contest entry page, and there's like, I think 18 different ways to enter the contest. Like following my YouTube channel, you get a bunch of entries. Following me on Twitch, you get 25 entries. So you just click a few buttons and you get a bunch of entries into the contest. And I'm specifically rewarding people for, like, for a lot of the other stuff you get like 1 or 2 or 3 entries, but for Twitch it's like 25, because I really want to build up my following on Twitch. So since most of you guys have already followed me on Twitch here, you're qualified to get 25 entries into the contest. You just have to click on that link and go in and click the button, and then the thing will the software will detect that you've already followed me on Twitch, and it'll award you your 25 entries. So you get 25 entries into the contest. And if you do the other stuff, like my YouTube channel or any of the other stuff, you can get even more ways to win. It's a Forge World Blight drone. Interesting. I've never seen that model before, but I'm not. I haven't really. I mean, I've been to Forge World many times, their website, but I kind of try to limit myself to not look at their website too much. Otherwise, I'll end up spending way too much money on stuff. But I've never seen that model before. Looks really cool. paint this guy's gun. Yeah, I didn't really know if people would prefer to get a 2-player set for Infinity or Malifaux or Wrath of Kings. So I kind of just made it so that the winner can choose one of those. Because I know some people already have, like for Infinity, the two-player starter set I'm giving away is Operation Ice Storm. And a few people that have entered the contest, they already have that one. They already have Operation Ice Storm, so they might not necessarily want that. They would prefer to get something else, so they can choose Malifaux or Wrath of Kings. Or if they want to get a second copy of Operation Ice Storm, then they can definitely do that as well. Winner's choice, which one? I know Dirty Burger, if he wins, he's going to get the Wrath of Kings. And the contest is open to anybody anywhere in the world. I'll ship it out to anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter where you live. How many have I completed? Well, it depends what you mean by completed. Because I've got 25 boys here, and I've done they're close to being done. I'm just going and putting in the yellow right now. Because I want them to be Bad Moon. The Bad Moon clan. So I'm doing the yellow on them. I've done the first layer, and then after that I'm gonna do, I'm working on the second layer right now. Then I might have to do a third layer of the base, and then I'll come back and do the actual yellow color is this one that I want to do, Arial yellow. So they're not really done yet. They're getting close, but I'm doing them in a batch, so it's not like I'm finishing one model and then moving on to the next. I'm kind of doing them all at the same time. The only one that I've kind of more or less pretty much done is this guy here. He's pretty much finished. I might have add a few more details here and there, but he's pretty much done. Hey, no worries, man. Lurking is fine. I do it all the time on other people's streams when I'm working on this stuff. Thanks for popping by. We'll hopefully see you next time, or I'll probably see you on your stream anyway. Also your fingers? What about your fingers? Oh, gluing guys together, also your fingers. Now I get it. It wouldn't be a tabletop gaming tabletop gaming session if you didn't glue your fingers at least once, right? Kozyutov, welcome to the stream, buddy. Did I pronounce that name right? Is it Kozyutov? Refill the yellow a little bit. Thanks for the follow, Kozyutov. Welcome to the stream. Kozyutov? Kozyutov? Kozyutov, like that? Kozyutov.
You can call me stupid. Yes, you can call me sheep.
Kozyutov.
You can say I'm lazy.
That's a cool name, buddy. Kozyutov.
You think that using her would get to me. And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait.
Crap, I totally watered down my yellow way too much. Let's try this again.
But when it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a single word, or I will strike you where it feels. You think that using her would get to me.
Going back to your friend's channel. We'll see. Alright, cool. You're going over to Jabil's? Yellow, yellow, yellow. So much yellow. I like it. It's definitely more fun painting the second layer of yellow because it covers better second time around. You can go faster. Alright, how many have I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. 7 more boys to go for the second layer.
Let's make a run together, I'll be by your side before we collide. And if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up before we collide. Let's make it last forever, I'm ready to fly before we collide. And when the sun don't shine on you,
Alright, 6 more.
before we collide.
See how fast I can go with these guys. I want to get these 7 done before I end the stream. So that next time I can finish off the yellow.
I'll be by your side before we collide. And if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up before we collide. Let's make it last forever, I'm ready to fly before we collide. And when the sun don't shine on you, just heat it up before we collide.
Few more boys left, and then we will be done with this yellow foundation paint for tonight. Alright, that one's done. I'm actually going to leave this guy because I'm pretty happy with the yellow on him already. He's going to be my template for what I want it to look like. This guy still have to do the shoulder and his gun. And then after that, I'm going to call it a night for this stream. And continue next time with the other yellow color. I think the next one will be getting that aerial yellow on there. Will be on the next stream. Will be a lot faster, I think. And then I'll touch up some of the details on them, fix up any mistakes that I made along the way putting down this yellow. Then paint the bases, do a little bit of dry brushing on the bases, and these boys will be pretty much done. I can move on to bigger, more exciting things after that. We're going hardcore here, just going to paint straight out of the bottle. One more spot here on this little chainsaw part here. I'm gonna paint this part yellow. Alright, it looks good. Maybe just a little bit on top here. Alright, perfect. Hey Leonis, that's awesome, man. Thanks. Yeah, send some pics, man. I'd love to check them out, man. So let's see if I can zoom the camera out a little bit here. I think that's all of them. So there we go. This is the 25 Ork Boyz with the Bad Moons yellow theme going on. And this is the foundation paint yellow so far. This is more or less what they're gonna look like. It's kind of hard to tell a difference on stream on the camera, but this is definitely a brighter yellow. It's almost neon yellow, and that was a combination of aerial yellow, and then I think I gotta double check, but I think I added either this one, irradiated yellow, on top of that from Minotaur, or I might have used this ghost tint. I can't remember. One of these two paints I was testing and it achieved this effect, and I really like it. So this is what I'm going to do for all of them. I think it might be the irradiated yellow, this one. But I gotta test and see. Alright, so let's take a quick look and see. Let me just take a look and see if is Jabil still streaming? Looks like it, yeah. He's still streaming. So what I'm gonna do is, if anybody's still around, I'm gonna host my buddy Jabil. He's still streaming. Let's jump over to his channel and harass him for a little bit, if you guys are into that. So I'm gonna call it a night here, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'm gonna host Jabil here in a second.